Hello, everyone. Good evening. Good evening. You know, I always say things in threes. Good evening. I hope you guys are having an amazing end to your week. I hope your week was filled with blessings and fun things for families and young families out there, and things to do where you enjoy your family. You soak in the time that you spend with your family, and you soak in that energy that they let off, and it's so healing for the soul. I don't want to waste too much time talking about our guest tonight. She's someone that I have found this beautiful relationship that's been short but filled with honesty and truth and compassion. And this person has a very good vibe. I'm going to get emotional. But she has an amazing gift that I believe that is underrated by her, because she may seem like a tough cookie, but she has a beautiful heart, and she has taught me so many new things. When I first was introduced to her, she said, "Hi, my name is Sylvia." And I said, "Hi." And I said, "So, what do you do for," we were working with PAMA at the time. I was going to come into working with PAMA. And she had taken over PAMA for a year. And so I said, how do you feel? What's your title? And what do you, because everyone wants to always put a title on stuff, but she just simply said, "I'm just here to make things pretty." Before I get too many tears, please welcome our guest tonight, Sylvia Manuela Costa. How are you, girl? Welcome.
Hi, good evening.
Hi, sweetheart. Welcome to Faith Ignited on PAMATALK Radio.
Thank you for having me. This is the strangest thing.
Right?
I've never been on the other side of this.
I know, and I was thinking one night, well, why not? I have so much I want, I want to get to know about you, and I know about you, but there's always more. And you have been a new blessing in my life, and also your two babies. So she's a mom, she's a wife, she's a mother, she's a daughter, she's a sister, she's a singer first and foremost. She uses her instrument to heal others, is what I've always told her. Sylvia, welcome. Can you say hi to everybody and explain a little bit?
Hi, everybody.
Right? I know. Hi, everybody.
I am the jack of all trades.
Yeah, like you do so much, I don't even know where to start. There's so much. But I guess we'll start with your first love, which is, family and singing. And you come from a family of a bloodline of beautiful musicians and singers and vocalists. How do you live like that as a kid, or live up to that as a kid, right?
Oh my gosh, it was so fun. It was just so much fun. My childhood was so much fun. Every weekend felt like a party. I mean, we were in and out of family's house every single weekend, and we didn't leave till like 3 or 4 in the morning, and we could not end a night without modas alinjanas. So they're like traditional songs from the region of Portugal where my parents are from.
Okay.
And that was how every single family party ended, with music. And everybody was singing and pounding on the tables and everything. And it was just so much fun.
The best memories, right?
Yeah. Growing up,
would you sing for like
I was really I was the youngest on my dad's side of the family, and most of my dad's side of the family, all the men were musicians for the most part. I have a lot of singers more on my mom's side, but my dad's side, it was more of the instruments there. So I was the youngest, and I'm watching all of my cousins being bands and everything, and I would just have my eyes just so big open, looking at, I have to call it out, Angela Brito, and I'm like, I want to be her one day. I want to be her one day. I want to do what she's doing, and it's a true story,
Yeah.
So I
want to be her one day too. Her fashion sense.
So I just continued being part of the family, and eventually somebody got wind that I could carry a tune, and then I started singing in a band, and that's kind of how the music thing started.
And lullabies, I'm sure, in your house, and singing to your kids.
We don't stop singing in this house. That doesn't happen because I married into a musical family.
Oh, you did? Now tell me about that.
So my father-in-law is, a lot of people know him. He's Manal Jacinto. He's a musician in the California Bay Area community. He's been part of a lot of bands like the Internationals and things like that. So Roger comes from a bloodline of musicians and singers and all that too. So out of one of my kids, somebody has to do something with music.
My God. Wow. I did not know that about Roger's family. I forget who it was that asked me, do you know her father-in-law is very famous? Oh, it was Natalia, my best friend. She was
I love that. I just adore my father-in-law so much. Yeah, he's a big deal for sure. Wow. He's done a lot in his 40 years of music.
40 years.
So, and he's still doing it. He's still going. He looks amazing. He's always been the same. I think like whenever anyone finds out that he's my father-in-law, they're like, he's just so cool. I'm like, he really is like that.
He's really like that. Like just normal guy.
Just like calm, suave guy.
Does he ever razz you or tease you as a daughter-in-law?
You know what? We have a really musicianship relationship as well because I knew him before I even knew my husband from the music world. So, and my family grew up with him and in the bands and all that. We were very, it was, my mom, I remember one day said, eu nunca na minha vida pensava que a minha filha ia casar com o filho de Manel Jacinto.
Cala a boca. Oh my God.
For those that don't speak Portuguese, but I never thought my daughter was going to marry Manel Jacinto's
son. And because our parents, they fantasize about, my mom would be like, oh, marry, Tony Camara or something like that, somebody old, But that I never knew the story.
To be completely honest with you, me and my sisters laugh about this, but we had my father-in-law's record in my house and we danced to it all the time. I would dance and sing to my future father-in-law's music.
Oh my God.
What a
Stop
crazy
it.
thought. I need to write a book.
God. I have the goosebumps. I literally have goosebumps. My dad was American. Portuguese, but he was raised in America. So we didn't go to any of those things. Those events where you were saying festas and things like that. I was a side maid once and never did it again because I hated it. It was hot. It was,
I know. We always wanted it, and then you would do it, and you're like, this was the worst idea.
Who is going to go to Jack in a Box and get me a Coke right now?
Oh my God. I remember one year when I was side maid, we went to the Fulga, to the flea market, and we got the fake hair clips, we got sunglasses, and we got a hand fan. That was our queen survival kit.
No kidding. That is exactly how it is. And then my mom was very thanks a misa, thanks Santana Misa. And I'm like, no, everybody else is outside the church. All my friends their parents would be cool if they just sat outside, got some water, My mom was like, no, vash sentai, vajar via misa. I'm like, But
I know, we used to.
Of course, we appreciate that now that she did that. But I just find it fascinating that you had your father-in-law's records before you had your husband, Roger.
The universe kind of gives you little warnings.
How did you two meet, if you don't mind? You and your husband.
You know what? He is someone that I've always said is, this sounds so corny and so cheesy, but there's a meaning behind it.
Yeah.
I always say he's my heaven sent because I met him about a month after one of my best friends passed away. And there was a moment that I had where I was in my car and I was crying and praying and yelling and to Andrew. To my friend that passed away in heaven. And I'm like, please just bring me somebody that's like loyal and committed and, all the things that I need and want. And then I basically just kept asking for all the things that I wanted. And I was asking him for signs. Should I move? Should I be here? What should I do? And then 1 week later,
after Andrew
Roger
passed.
And I connected.
Yes, I remember you too. Okay. So for a lot of people, like I always ask them, when's that moment where God heard me? And I think that for you was your moment, right?
Oh yeah, that was like very clear for me.
Right. And you knew that there was some divine intervention within that meeting of you and your husband, because everybody here knows that, and I know Sylvia's okay with me saying, believe in the spirit world and the universe and Mother Earth and all the things. I believe that there is a heaven on the other side of all this. I know there is, and we can talk a little bit about, Andrew and what he meant to you, not only, as a friend, but as someone who you would have chosen, or you kind of heavenly chose as a godfather to one of your sons. That's a pretty special role.
Yeah, I mean, at least for Portuguese people,
right? I know.
Godparents are a special role. Yeah, so Andrew, that I have a podcast myself, so I did have an episode and like kind of how we met and everything, but short to keep the episode short. Right. We met through a mutual best friends, and him danced in the same local group, and so within that we just kind of all started hanging out. So he became the group's little brother. Right. So he was just so much younger than us, at least a decade probably to me. Right. Oh my God, he was so much younger than us.
Oh, but
hanging out with us. But he was the best. Like, you had it all with Andrew. Like, you had it all in one friend. You had like the loyal, fun, crazy, like, you had it all in him.
He was this one-stop shop.
The full package.
Yeah. Just a load of fun.
You just never had a dull moment when he was around. And there was always some type of crazy story. Like, what?
Right.
Like, always kind of story. And he always just had an old soul, very old soul. And
died way too young.
Touched so many people in so many generations, felt like his best friend, So yeah, he was a good kid.
He was a good kid. He was a good part of your story, though, Sil, because
he changed my life for sure. Yeah. The day that he passed away, that was the end of that chapter of Sylvia. A new Sylvia came after Andrew passed away, because I think it's really weird when you're young and someone young passes away, because we just think that when people pass away, they're just sick or old. Right. And when it happens so tragically, it hits you a little differently. It's definitely a shock to your system.
Right.
You start feeling how fragile life is, and you start questioning your own life and the decisions and the choices that you're making.
Right.
And without Andrew passing away, I don't know if I would have questioned that so much. And so, because I did, and I changed my life, and I just was ready to kind of be at a point in my life where I was settling down, and it really just pushed me into like, life's too short. Like,
right.
gotta wake up.
And also, like, wasn't your like courtship with your husband like, let's go where we like each other, let's get married, like let's not waste time? Did you feel that with him?
Oh my God. Like, seriously, I went into that date like it was no big deal. I was such a confident little brat.
We all were, honey, with our feathered hair.
I was just at a point in my life because Andrew had just passed away and I felt so enlightened.
Right.
That like nothing could stop me because I felt like I was living and he wasn't. Yes. So I needed to really live. Yes. So I didn't have that like need or want for a man or anything. I was going on this date with Roger for practice.
Oh my gosh.
Because I was like, I haven't been on a date like in a while. So let me just try this out and do like an actual traditional date. So I remember thinking like, I'm dolling all up. I wore like my Vans, my jeans, my leather jacket.
That's
like
you. Yep.
And then we just went to BJ's Brewery.
That's you.
And I remember like later on having a conversation with him and he's like, I thought you were gonna like hella jock my car. I'm like, I didn't give a shit what car. I'm not that girl.
Yeah, no.
Sorry, excuse me.
That's okay.
If I cussed.
No, that's okay.
So
it's
sorry.
Okay. It's okay. But you're not that. You're so passionate about that.
I have a potty mouth.
Me too. I'm the same. I'm
yeah.
That's okay, Kadila. And but it's so you're so passionate about that because it's like, yeah, that will make you, when you find your soulmate and you get hit with that, like, oh my God, like, is this what this is what love feels like, right? Like,
yeah. So let's think about this. So we got together in the January.
Yeah.
And I was like 3 months pregnant and engaged by September. So
okay, yeah, I get you, girl. Full.
But you know what? We were both at the point of like we knew exactly what we wanted. Right. There was like full communication about like we were 100% making decisions and choices together.
Amen.
Not like whoops, you know.
Yeah.
We planned to get pregnant before we were married. Like it was everything.
Clear it up.
Just
I had to too. I'm like, no, we got married, and then but yeah, I got pregnant before, but not because of that we got married.
I was already almost 30 years old.
Yeah. So it was time.
Yeah.
But you know what? This is why I say, like, life just has a funny way of just going in the direction. Like, I also want to, like, touch on your singing, and there's so much I want to say, and, like, I want to start getting into, like, PAMA and where we are today and the amazing heights that PAMA has reached. PAMA Media, what you're listening to PAMATALK on, or if you're listening to on the replay, come get our app. PAMA Media, come listen, come on, come all.
We're the cool people.
Yeah,
we're so
the cool
much
kids.
Fun.
Yeah, we're so much fun. We do have when the amount of followers, like every week, every day is like crazy.
We have so much fun. I have so much fun. You guys have no idea. Like, this is so fun for me.
So how did this all like how did this come about?
Oh my God, it was like not even. I don't even know. So basically, Nelson, the owner of PAMA, he knew that I had a podcast and he asked if I wanted, and I just kind of asked what that meant.
Right.
And then I just started really just helping him make flyers every once. I'm like, hey, dude. But I think it started with my own flyer, probably. I'm like, if you're going to announce me, we're going to have something nice.
And you're so make things pretty and nice. Like, you're so good at that. Oh, my God.
So I think I gave him something that I made. And then I just started kind of doing things. And then honestly, just fun for me because, I have 3 boys and I'm home during the week with my boys and I work on the weekend. So during the week, PAMA is my stay-at-home job during the week.
So it keeps you sane.
And so I have so much fun doing it. And being Portuguese is literally the only thing I know how to do and be.
Yeah.
It's all I've ever been surrounded and absorbed with.
Yeah.
I've only done this.
Yeah.
And so it just comes so second nature to me.
Yeah.
I've been involved in so many different organizations and peoples and things and all of that, I can touch so many people, and if I can
you
like
can reach
get
so
another
many.
girl to love being Portuguese like
Yes.
me,
Yes,
and to
babe.
continue it, like then my kids have a chance at doing some cool Portuguese things and celebrating their culture, because we're so rich in culture, and that's just such a special thing to be.
And that's what I'm discovering, kind of like it's new for me. I'm discovering so much, and I'm so proud to be Portuguese. I'm so proud that I carry the Portuguese blood and it runs through my veins. I have so much orgulho in that. But being with PAMA has definitely opened my eyes to like so much out there, that because you at PAMA, we at PAMA, here at PAMA, we want to include like if Sylvia knows you have something going on in Africa and it's Portuguese related.
You're so right. You know me so freaking well.
Right? It's like you'll promote that even though no one's going.
I will love that so much.
But it's like, it's so true, because you're like, I want this to thrive and flourish.
You were so funny. Oh,
but it's like that, right? Like,
you know what? Literally, when I was thinking I love it so much, I'm having so much fun, like I was thinking about, like, you have no idea how fun it is to meet Portuguese people I don't know, like from around the world. And then you said the Africa thing. I'm like, oh my gosh, she's reading my mind.
Thanks, Andrew. That was from Andrew. I swear.
It's so cool because it's just so fun. Like I grew up, I never realized there was like a different type of being like a child of an immigrant, Portuguese immigrant, because we have our own California customs. I remember talking to my friend David, who I met through all of this. My friend David Rodriguez, how to cook stuff, how to cook Portuguese stuff. David. He's become a good friend of mine.
Never met him.
I've never met him either, but he's a great friend of mine.
Amen.
I love that guy so much.
Hey,
and
David.
He's had a baby. Shout out to him and his family.
Shout out to you, David.
They just had a baby. Oh my God.
Baby's so cute.
Just creating relationships like that. Where
people you would never think of like ever talking to, right?
I mean, I would have never known them without all of this social media stuff. I would have never known of them. But what I was going back to is that David's like, you guys love bulls in California. And I'm like, what do you mean? And he was like, yeah, you guys do the thing where like the bulls and the like, like the arena. And I'm like a bullfight? Like a bullfight? And he's like, yeah. Wait, you don't do that?
Right.
He's like, no, we don't do that here. I'm like, he's from Florida and then he was from the East Coast. I'm like, I did not know all these years that like California does that.
Wow. Other places don't. I didn't know that either. A little tidbit you're dropping of knowledge tonight. Thanks, Sylvia.
My friend from Canada, from Fearless Cooking, Sandra, she was like, look at these ribbons that my mom is making for the guys to wear tomorrow. I'm like, what do you mean, for what? She's like, oh, all the men that serve the sopas wear these like elaborate ribbon things that are made for them to wear.
Yes.
And it's like a total tradition. It's so cute. I'm like, oh my gosh. Like, to learn about different things that other people are doing is, I don't know.
It's amazing, right? It's so enlightening. And you're like, I would have never, and you're absolutely right. Yeah. Here's the thing. Nelson Late, for those of you who've heard of him, know him. Nelson became, and I see why we kind of are similar, Sylvia, in that I didn't have a brother growing up. My brother was never there for me as a brother. And Sylvia, you have 3 sisters, right?
Two sisters.
2 sisters. Sorry, you're the third. Beautiful,
yes,
beautiful sisters. Oh my God, gorgeous girls. Hi, Marlene. Hi, Nelia. Hi, girls. And because I know I love your family, even though they don't know me, but I love all of them. They're like,
you're
love
so
them.
Good with names.
I love them all, querida. I love them all. Bella, your niece, love her pictures, love her that she's the little Spitfire, like her Tia. I love that. You know what I mean?
I had a little to do with that. She was kind of babysat by me
for
a long time.
Oh man, we have that influence on kids so bad.
Yeah. I always say she was my firstborn.
You know, I feel like when we were kids, we were like tough on our friends and we thought we were going to be like these bad moms and like, not bad moms, I'm saying bad ASS moms, you know, like our kids are going to listen and we're never going to lose our stuff with them. And we try to raise
my
them.
sister couldn't wait till I had kids so she can buy me like the teeniest, tiniest stickers ever. And like all that stuff. I did so much. Like, I don't even allow slime at my house now.
You know, but so you came onto PAMA at a time where, what would you say? Anyways, I was trying to say Nelson Lathe is like a brother. He's like a brother to me. He's like a brother to you. I see him in that light because I'm always like, we can joke around with Nelson. He takes banter pretty well. Like he'll banter.
He's from Jersey.
Yeah, he's from Jersey.
He can take it, but he's gonna dish it.
He's gonna dish it. That's what my point was gonna be. Like he lets you say whatever.
We're straight shooters. Yeah.
Right, but he will say it back if need be. And you know, that's what we kind of love.
Not in a mean way like that.
No.
We're just matter of fact type of people. There's not really gray areas with us.
Absolutely. That's absolutely how it's like, and he's so good with letting you sort of take the reins because it was sort of not moving. I remember my last conversation with Nelson before I met you, Sylvia, was him saying, I'm thinking about selling PAMA, you know, and conversations like that.
That makes me so sad.
Yeah.
That right there. Because conversations that Nelson and I have had for almost 2 years is
daily
conversations where,
for you.
Yeah, it used to be daily, where we would be almost in tears, like with little milestones we would hit and stuff. So him and I have worked so close with one another in the past few years to just to make PAMA shown and known again, and to really dig it from the grave it was in and rise it from the dead.
Yes, absolutely. Hey, girl, preach. Absolutely. Resurrect that baby.
It is worth it. I mean, Nelson has so many amazing ideas. He is my idea man. And then, and I just fluff it up.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. You guys work really well. I was going to say.
My husband even says, like, sometimes he hears us on the phone, he's like, I would never be able to work with.
My husband says the same thing.
And I said, and I will never be able to work with you either. But anyways.
I go, I wouldn't want to work with you all day.
But just the way that Nelson and I are able to communicate with each other.
It's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing.
It's just some people can work together and some people can't. And Nelson and I just really work so well together.
I mean, I don't know where I was the other day, if I was on Instagram or YouTube, but I was like, oh my God, like the last time I even checked this was like 5, maybe a year ago. And I'm like, it's grown exponentially since you sort of
I think when PAMA started, they started so strong with a lot of those old shows, Michael Rocha. They had the Salty Cod show, which was so incredibly successful.
Yes, it was.
And with Michael Rocha and Anderson and Nelson, they were able to establish the earthquakes and the MLS.
So good.
They did so much.
So good.
There was just a little bumpy road in the middle, which a lot of businesses have. And now, you know, we still have our guys. We still have Michael Rocha and Anderson, and we're still going strong.
Because PAMA is all about loyalty, actually.
Oh, yeah.
And if you help PAMA helps you. I mean, it's kind of a very reciprocated thing.
Listen, we've been doing this, been volunteering our time for probably almost 2 years and things like that to just show people what we can do.
Yeah.
And we're finally at a point where people are getting to know us and know who we are and what we stand for. And people are on board because how can you not be?
Yeah.
All we're trying to do is good.
Yeah. To better the person next to us and make sure they have a successful experience.
That I don't know. Like how, you know?
Right.
So I think that we've grown. We're in a new chapter of PAMA.
Yes.
It's growing. We've already added a media outlet with the magazine. Good. We added a talk radio station, which we're on right now.
So many sponsors coming through, you guys.
Yes.
Because things are working and happening, and we can't reveal everything.
There's a lot of things happening. You know, you're going to see a lot of different live streams and events. We're planning a comedy show right now.
It's going to be fantastic.
It's something that we're just getting started. This is just the beginning.
This is
and
dipping
I
the
hope
toes.
that everybody is ready, because we're so ready to have some fun.
I'm not feeling. How do you approach like the peanut gallery, or the naysayers, or the people that have stuff to say?
Actually, I don't.
Yeah.
Any negativity does not touch me.
That's right. That's right.
And I cannot stress that enough.
Yes.
Anything.
Yes.
I totally mentally just block it out, because it is irrelevant to me.
Yes. You don't even breathe it life.
No, I don't allow that. No, I don't.
You don't.
And
from what I've seen, I've never seen you let that allow anything. You're just make noise.
If something happens,
then
I have to excuse myself from the situation, because I can't. I just can't, because it drags you down, and what happens is you get feed off of that, and it takes your confidence away. It all of that, and you just can't. You gotta just keep on doing things for the right reasons, in the best intentions. And always stay true and loyal to yourself and to the people that
are around you.
The people that show up for you.
Yes.
And not just on the up.
No. People,
when you're
thank you. Repeat that for the people in the back. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Yes. So, not just when you're on top, and that most importantly, you know, when you're on the bottom, that, you know, we have a very tight radius around us, because, you know, the closer the circle, the tighter it is, the better, because we feel like, I mean, I could speak for myself. Since returning to PAMA, I feel like there's been a rebirth, like it was like a dwindling rose, and the rose was pruned the right way, and the dead stuff was cut off, and it was replanted and regrown, and there's like, what I see is green. I see greenery and growth and new life, and everyone on the other side rooting for you, and rooting for the things that are important to you and for you. And, you know, you have to align yourself with people now that morally and in values that align with you in your life. Because you have young children now. It's not just us anymore. We got to worry about other people. And, you know, when you were single, Sylvia, I'm sure you were just like, it's just me. Like, I'll do whatever, be reckless. And then when you have children and you settle down, it's like, no, we need to regrow this beautiful rose bush that I see Nelson just so looking down at it, like, you know, how am I going to bring this back to life? And then you are a bright, radiant light that comes bursting through the door. And I feel like, you know, everyone that you've touched, that I've seen, you've touched their life in a way, like your circle, the people around you, you've touched their lives in a way, and also they've touched yours, but you don't realize the impact that you may have. And how do you balance, like, okay, staying true to tradition, but then introducing culturally new things with our culture?
How do I balance, like, tradition versus new?
Yeah, like, how do you, like, how do you balance, like, keeping, like letting the...
Well, I think there is an element of always staying true to tradition.
Right, okay.
I think there is a piece of that always needs to be there.
Right.
But it's just adapting,
Right,
you know,
right.
and the reality of the situation.
Right.
The reality is most people don't speak pure Portuguese in California.
Right, right, right.
And people love being Portuguese.
Absolutely.
And they're teaching their kids to love being Portuguese.
Absolutely.
But we have to teach them how to be involved, or there's not going to be Portuguese things to go to anymore.
Yes.
And with the pandemic, a lot of organizations suffered a lot. So we really need to start showing up for our community and really start participating in some of these dinners or events or fundraisers and whatever it is, whatever organization you are to and feel you're aligned with.
Yeah. Here's the thing.
Them.
It's not designed to just take and take and take and take from. Like, it's not designed that way. As alianças, cause there's, you know, like, what do they call those groups that get together? Like,
social clubs.
Yeah, social clubs. Like, my parents belong to Irmandades, things like that, you know. It's not just take. You have to give of yourself back in order for there to be that balance. And I feel like right now, and you're just at your sweet spot. You've hosted so many live events. How do you feel like you do under that pressure? Do you feel when you're on the other side of this, do you feel like get on the interview, do you want to get something out that's going to be used in that moment or for later use, or do you just focus on the person and in front of you? Because you're pretty just like go with the flow too, right?
I think, honestly, I'm hosting these red carpets and live streams.
Yes.
But I don't have experience hosting.
Right.
At all. So I hope everyone is taking me with a grain of salt. I am not a
you're doing
trained,
TV host.
any type of, yes. This is me just having experience being on stage my entire life.
Yes.
It's just a stage presence and acting in a way too, right? Where I'm putting on a show for everybody.
Yes.
So I think in that scene, I literally am like, all right, scene, let's go. Let's rock and roll. And one thing I'm really good at is having fun. And so I just have fun with everybody.
And performing at the drop of the hat,
right? It's a lot easier when you know the people and you can, you know. Right. So I guess it depends on the event and what you're doing and everything like that. But I'm not really thinking about me and my reach. I'm really thinking about the job that I have to get done.
Absolutely.
And having fun at the same time because I love it so much. I'm such a people's person.
You are.
Like, I get so much energy from talking to people. Yeah. That, like, I'm sure my husband's like,
it's like I said, you're a radiant, like a light. Just people are just like, whoa, like you're just like a lump. You know what I mean? Lump, like a. And what I wanted to say too is, you're not only mom, wife, daughter, sister, friend, running a lot of aspects of PAMA, but you are also now attending rehearsals weekly. We want to talk a little bit about that. I want to say we can't say the name of any bands. It's a very well-known band. Can't say any names yet, but
soon.
Miss Sylvia has been doing all this, juggling PAMA, all of it, while still developing her instrument and sharing her voice with the world, actually.
Yeah. I am currently rehearsing with amazing musicians, probably the best musician I've ever been able to sing for in my life. I am so excited. It's a different sound for me, I think. And it's just something that I think, again, like, it's just one of those circles of life, how I am at the point that I am band, and I love these guys so much. And we're so excited to just shake up the world a little, the community a little bit with what we're gonna present. And we're so close to announcing and being out there, and some people already know, but I think I'll leave the official announcement to the band.
Yes.
But I am singing after like 10-year hiatus.
Oh, but your voice is so perfect now, though, girl. It's meant for this kind of singing.
I was able to show Nancy a little snippet.
Yeah. And I just hear
like...
you singing randomly, and I'm just like, am I at the auditions of like America's Got, like, I'm like, she adapts to like any kind of style, any kind of thing. It's like her rhythm, her timing, her voice, her tone. I'm like, this girl can sing, y'all.
Thank you.
She can sing, for real.
I appreciate it. I have to literally thank my dad, who is a phenomenal singer.
Amen to your dad.
And my mom. She's not a known singer, but she has a beautiful voice. And then I just honestly carried on to all three of us sisters. All of us sisters can sing, and it's just
what a beautiful thing that is.
I can't. I don't even know if one of my kids can sing, but it's pretty cool.
They have to be in a band or sing.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
And I'm the only girl that took up music as far as singing. There's some girls on my mom's side that took up like instruments, piano, or were in the philharmonicas. But out of like pretty much my family, I'm the only girl that actually did something with the music.
The music part of it, that is incredible, and you are going to continue.
And also, just for the record, I am doing this whole band thing. I'm going to be shaking my butt for all the mommies out there. For all the moms out there.
Yes, girl. Yes, preach, girl.
You have an identity.
Yes.
And you can do the things that you want to do, even though you're a mom and you have a job and you have a husband and you have a wife. Whatever you got going on.
You're like, I'm making bifanage, and I'm like attending to
I'm doing it all.
Zachy.
I have a lot going on, but I love it. And I would never be able to not do and be this, because I literally get depressed if I'm not being creative, if I'm not around people, if I'm not singing.
Yes, you need an outlet.
I do feel like I'm at a crazy place in my life where I kind of have it all right now. And I'm like, God, please don't have anything happen, because
don't even put that out there.
It's too good right now.
That's because
thank you everybody for the support, because it's
been amazing,
because of the people that have been believing in me this whole time.
And you know what, Sylvia, you've had so many people believing in you, and it just takes that one person like to say like I want to sing like to change people, because literally your voice invoked in me, at least, whether it was a fun vibe emotion or whether it was like, because I've seen you on YouTube too, where there was crying. Like I felt like I cried when I listened to you sing Fado, even though you say you're not a Fado singer, but I think you can sing it all, because I've heard you sing Fado, and I know you can sing Fado.
I just would never say that I'm a Fadishta.
Yeah, there's just a kind of fine line, right? You just
love music. I don't want to take away from the true Fadishtas that are out there truly devoting their lives and careers and vocal abilities to Fado. Like
Amen.
I don't want to disrespect that. Like I'm not what they are.
Yeah.
Because they are putting in the work.
But I mean, some people would differ with her, but you can sing all genres, and what's amazing about that is how great is it going to be for your boys to see mom on stage.
I honestly didn't think it was going to happen.
How did it happen?
Something out of nowhere.
Out of nowhere.
Freaking nowhere.
That was.
I had the drummer.
Okay.
Text me.
Okay.
I had him text me, and he just asked me if I was still singing. I was like, yeah, what's up? He's like, I think I have a project for you.
Yeah.
And he kind of let me know what was going on. And so I just really probably went to like 6 weeks, not 6 weeks, like, 6 weeks practices, I would say.
It was a while.
Then they asked me to be a part of the band.
Oh my God.
And I honestly went into it like, look, if it's just me going to go sing with these amazing musicians for like 6 weeks, and then they dumped me. I had the best time of my life.
And that'll be with you forever. Hey, that's what we're here. We're here for the ride.
And
like,
that's
it's
just
fun.
the way that my mind is,
Yeah.
though. I'm, like,
you don't get too invested in all that.
No.
Because you could pick it back. You could take it or leave it. That's why you're not needing to sing, on, the corners of coffee shops
honestly,
or whatever.
I was probably going to record something for just my kids with my father-in-law or something like that at some point, but I never thought I was going to be on the stage to this capacity again. And so since I'm getting this opportunity, watch out, everybody. I'm not even joking.
It's so good. I mean, I don't even know. I've never seen you perform on stage.
Everybody. I just want you all to understand this.
Get the extinguishers ready.
Faith
Sylvia is on
ignited.
fire. on fire for Faith Ignite. Listen, you
that's a good little slogan.
On fire. I like it
Faith
too.
Ignited.
For Faith Ignited, and for the blessings that this opportunity, I would have never met you. I would have never, had the opportunity.
Can I tell you a secret?
Yeah.
And this is going to sound so crazy.
No.
I asked Andrew to give me something with music. I prayed about it. I said, Andrew, give me something to do with music. I'm crazy.
And wow, did he get you the best of the best? So
yeah, for sure.
He picked the best of the best, and he, yeah.
So I've been like sad lately because it's been not sad, but thinking about him a lot since it's Fesh this season, and that's his season. I just miss him, and I wish that I could do.
You miss him every day. You just had a birthday party, and I just felt the missing him with Bernadette, his mom, who's I love her.
My son's birthday party. So I named my son after Andrew. His name is Zachary Andrew, and there's just like a lot of little cute things that you can just tell that he's honored, with that. I don't know. This might sound really crazy because some people don't feel that spiritual thing, and I'm just one of those crazy people that do.
Me too. And that's okay if they don't. That's their journey. But,
there's just this, when you're close to somebody, it's sometimes, even if it's quote unquote not spiritual world, isn't it nice to just think it is?
Yeah. And
isn't that a
why
better
not?
thought?
Why
and
not?
Keep the spirit alive?
Yeah.
And all of that. So.
Why not? And that's absolutely, you hit the nail on the head with why not? Like, isn't that what it's all about? Like, believing in miracles, right? Believing things that are impossible, they can be possible. They may seem impossible, but they are achievable. And, coming from, you have, like you said, you're the jack of all trades, because you literally are. I could talk to you for 3 hours about everything you're doing, because you
seriously,
and I wanted to have you here tonight because I feel like you like to spotlight a lot of people, but you forget to turn that spotlight towards yourself sometimes, and let yourself shine in that light. Let yourself loose. Like you said, if you're not having fun, why are you doing it? Get out of whatever you're doing, people in your life. If you're not having fun, just try to do something fun that you love every day. It's a blessing, right? It's, and our parents
just make it happen.
Yeah. Our parents really instilled that.
You happen.
Yeah. And don't wait for, well, God's going to open doors for me. Well, yeah, but you got to go in search of those doors.
You got to work.
God just doesn't open doors for us. I mean,
Nancy, I've been doing the social media thing forever.
Yeah.
For those that know me, I've been on social media posting every day for decades.
Like MySpace? Before MySpace?
I think I knew how to code.
Oh my
That's how much I
gosh.
was doing
You are
MySpace. I
so
was like
funny
making
right
the
now.
word slide against
I love it.
So I've been doing the social media thing for a long time.
Yeah.
It's not a new thing to me. So for me, it was just surely I'm already doing it. And, you know, I think I wouldn't say that I don't put myself in the spotlight, but it's so much funner to be in the spotlight with others.
Yes.
To enjoy it with
Yes.
others.
Let's get that
and I
across.
Think it has to do with how I grew up, that everyone did music and everybody sang, so there was never that competition.
Right.
Everyone was not, there wasn't really that competitive thing. So when I do music, it's not about me. It's about a whole, you know?
Right.
And when I look at my bass player, my guitar player, and we're just in it.
Right.
You know,
you
and
jamming.
We're enjoying it so much, and we look at each other and we see that we're in it, so it gets us more in it.
Riled up.
Just a vibe, you know, when you're on stage like that and when you really do music and love music like that. You
do it for the love of doing it. One person could be standing there cheering you on, you'd be like, I'm still doing it full out. You're like, they're getting the best show I'm going to give them. Do you feel like being nervous is like you were talking about before, it's a good thing? So you still get those jitters, right, when you go on stage?
I haven't been on stage in a while, but I'm sure I will, especially on the first get at it.
Yeah.
But the second I sing, I'm not nervous anymore. I think it's more the leading up, the anticipation.
Right.
That kind of thing. Once you've played so much with the same people, you kind of start losing a little bit of the nerves.
Because you already know what they're going to kind of, how they play, how they sound.
Yeah, I guess it depends on like the magnitude too.
Right.
But,
you're in a pretty big magnitude. But I'm just...
We'll see.
Yeah, I mean, when you sing, do you put any like childhood memories in those songs, or do you...
Well, I think if anyone's singing, they have to be connecting to the lyrics, you know?
Right. Not just coming out of your mouth.
Yeah. So I definitely connect to the music, and especially the beat. I mean, I grew up dancing, and so I just love to dance too. So sometimes I'm like, oh my God, I just want to dance and not sing to them. They're so good. Gosh.
You hear that rhythm, you're like, I need to go. Yeah, you want to get dancing. And that's you. Like you were like, like she's like a lightning bolt. Like she's like she's here and she's gone. Like she's doing a million things, and she's so good.
Like that,
yeah, but that's what you thrive in. You thrive in taking something literally from the ground up and not saying I built this myself. You said Nelson and I did this together. That was one of the most beautiful parts of the interview, because I feel like a lot of...
There's a lot more than just me, Nelson.
Yeah.
I think I don't, I don't like this.
No, you don't. Spotlight.
I hate
it. Right?
With you and Nelson, when you do this to me.
Yes.
I hate it. But
you're so good at it.
I know. I don't want it to be about me.
I know.
It's never about me, ever.
I know. But it's not about you. It's just about what you're doing. It's really about what you're up to. Because I knew, like, you're like me. You are a server. Like, would you rather sit at the table or would you rather serve the table? I'd rather be the server because I'd be awkward.
I'm sorry. I'm going to sit at the table because I need to talk to people. I cannot be...
You would say
that. Best conversation with the best wine, with the best food, and you better keep on bringing me something to eat the whole time. I'm not serving. I want to sit down and eat.
You want to see, but you no. My point is,
I want to sit down and eat because I've been serving.
Yeah, you've done served.
No, I honestly have been in the service industry my whole life. I started doing cosmetology when I was 18 years old.
That's what we need to talk about. Your business.
Yeah.
On top of that,
my lash and brow business as well, but I did hair for almost 20 years.
Oh, yeah.
Now I have a lash and brow business, and I don't do really hair except, eyelash
Family,
hair.
maybe, yeah.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I do. Yeah.
Yeah.
You kind of always have to do that,
Yeah.
but yeah, I don't know. I'm really lucky to be around someone like my dad, who
Right.
had a thriving janitorial company for close to 50 years.
God bless him. God bless him.
He just retired, so congratulations to my
congratulations.
dad. He had a thriving business, and he
really...
Yeah, so he taught me and my sisters a lot about business and being an entrepreneur, and honestly to take risks. And I always respected that so much about my dad, because when immigrants came here, the scariest thing was to take risks.
Right.
And my dad was never scared to take risks.
Amen.
And it got him far, and I'm just proud of him for that, for taking those risks, and thankful and grateful. And I think that's where my grit comes from, is from him, where he just never let anyone tell him no. And I think that everyone can take, if you can take anything from me, is take like that. A no is just one no, and there's 5 more yeses around the corner.
Oh my gosh, that right there is so beyond true, because I think people get stuck in that, that door shut for me, I'm sad about it, I cry for a week. If it shut for you, it wasn't meant for you. But like Sylvia said, 5 or 6 more things are around the corner. They're around the corner. They're waiting to come your way. You just gotta work for them. I mean, I can't stress that enough. People can't just walk into a place and say, I want to be a journalist and I'm going to, start my own newspaper and I'm going to say that I'm a journalist. Like, you have to, the grit and the tenacity and what you've been through in your life, which, later on down in a year from now, we can get into our mental health, because that's going to be like 10 hours.
Oh yeah, I didn't answer your question. See, so I guess that can explain the mental health. I have severe ADHD, and that is probably why I do not stop, because my brain is thinking about 15,000 ideas at once.
Right.
I mean, I just today told PFSA 2 ideas of like a commercial for them, and he's like, "What the hell, Sylvia?"
Right.
I'm like, it's just going in there.
You just go. You're just so, it's like you.
So I think
you're like, hold on, let me get
anxiety, but I don't know the difference between anxiety and excitement.
Yeah, that's true, actually. But yeah, that's true.
Because I get very excited. I get so giddy.
Yeah, giddy, and when you do what you love, right? And I feel like you're one of those daughters that really has that. It's lost a lot in our generation. I feel like the respect for our elders, the respect for the road they traveled to, like you were saying, for your dad, for his hard work to afford you the ability to have a company or have a song or release a record if you want, you had the opportunity was there, and you seized your opportunity. And when you realize that it's not about us, it's about them, when you live with that mentality, you don't want to go after people when they're rude, you don't want to engage, because that is bringing you down and letting you be a part of the negativity. So for all those out there who sometimes social media can be rough, right? And with PAMA, we've reached such new heights in everything, that as it grows and as the media company grows and as we evolve, what do you see like down the line for PAMA? Or is that like another?
Oh my God. I see the biggest shows, the biggest concerts, the biggest events,
best interviews, the best everything.
I want to do live podcast shows on stage.
Yes.
I want to have, I have so many, I mean, we want to bring people here that you guys haven't heard of. I mean, even this comedy show that we're talking about, none of the comedians you guys know.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful.
So really just introducing you to all the cool people, some of the people that you guys are meeting through the magazine. I'm the content designer for the magazine. So basically, I find all of the things to put in the magazine. Yeah. And I've tried my best to feature people from everywhere. So
you do.
I don't want this to be a California
Africa
thing.
Even.
Absolutely. I'm not even joking. Like, we actually have a podcast that is from South Africa.
Amen.
She lives there, and it's amazing.
We have a lot of Portuguese people in South Africa. It's pretty amazing.
Actually.
And in the Bermudas and like.
If you listen to PAMATALK, their Journey Through the Mind, and she's from South
amazing.
Africa. She has a great show.
She does have a great show, and all of our shows.
I see growth within like the radio station itself.
Yeah, expansion with that. Yeah.
Oh my God! Seriously, on a completely honest level, our radio stations are so good.
Yeah, they really. I do listen to them when I'm cleaning house. I know it's so cliche, but I listen to.
For me, PAMA one's my favorite.
PAMA one's my favorite
for music.
Yeah, me too.
But I still listen. Like, we do really cute things. Like during Christmas, we play like Portuguese Christmas music on Radio Classic.
That's cute.
The whole season.
Oh, that's cute.
From like once Thanksgiving
I didn't
hits,
know we did that.
Yeah, once Thanksgiving hits, it's all Portuguese music until Christmas.
Oh,
Música
de Natal. I love that.
On New Year's, Nelson does like a New Year's set.
Oh my gosh.
To like count down with people.
Beautiful.
And
Beautiful. There's so many things.
Starting to feature a lot of like Luso descendants, Portuguese Americans or Canadians that are making music. So you'll hear some of their music on there.
And I also want to touch too on your podcast because it's amazing. I've listened to every episode. The one with you and Angela is always going to be my favorite.
That was my first one, right? Oh no, that was like my third one or something like that.
It was like one of the first, one of the first ones.
For sure.
She
was one of my first victims.
She was amazing. And it was just like a chill girls' night. Like, let's just sit down and have a conversation, which I love about that because, as you know, we're very unscripted people.
We are.
It's hard for me to stay on script unless, of course, we have to. But for the most part, I just want an organic conversation that we would have if I was just talking on the phone with you and we weren't recording right now or doing the show. We talk about things that we want in life, and I know that the horizon is so bright for PAMA and for your New Friends podcast, which you like to have and feature anyone as well. If you want to be on Sylvia's podcast. Well, I don't know about that. She'll vet you, but she'll
You know what it is? I wish that I could do more, but as you've all heard, I have so much going on.
So much.
But I'm doing my best to at least get, one episode a month at least on there. But I am I'm scheduling people right now and getting back on the momentum. I've highlighted so many people, and I'm so excited about it because with all of these interviews, I've made such good friends.
Yeah, right.
And it's so crazy because it's just always wild to me that I would have never known these people unless I started this podcast.
Isn't that? It's just like, wow, we would have missed out because there's some of your good friends, right? Like,
yes. So New Friends podcast is highlighting Portuguese creators outside of Portugal. So not in Portugal, outside of Portugal.
Okay.
So basically anyone that is trying to highlight our culture, our traditions, or is just like a person in business that's Portuguese.
Yeah. It's pretty open, right? It's pretty, like, there's not really specifics.
Yeah, nothing specific, or it just pretty much a Portuguese criteria in the sense of, like, you're doing something within the community or anything like that. So yeah, I just thought that it was needed. There was needed a platform for people to be able to talk about what they're doing and promote themselves and be able to maybe get on a personal level. Like, for instance, when I was talking to, let's say Vanessa Medeiros from the Portuguese Kids.
Loved that interview. My second favorite.
She was to me, an easy guest because the conversation just flowed so well. Yeah. Her and I clicked in general as friends. We talk on a weekly basis.
Yes.
So
it's amazing, and you would have never known.
No one.
She's on Portuguese Problems, by the way.
Yeah, they're from Portuguese Problem Sketch TV show, and no one would have known she works in the school district.
No,
and
I find that so interesting.
Things about her, and that she is now part of PAMA magazine, and she writes poems for us that are amazing.
And see, you would have never discovered that either.
To know that about Vanessa outside of the Portuguese Kids is so amazing, and no one would have ever known that if there wasn't a platform showing, hey, there's so much more to Vanessa than just comedy.
That's right. That's right. And you that's what you like to do on your platform, is sort of highlight those people, because it's the nooks and crannies that we want to know, right? Like, like with Vanessa, like when she was like, it's hard when I see like American families like with their kids, because like we all thought that getting yelled at and like rabadas was normal. Like, oh, your parents don't hit you with a wooden spoon, really? Like, but like I feel like there's just a new generation emerging through PAMA and through what you're doing and exposing your vulnerability. And in the opinion of everyone in my household, you are the face of PAMA. Just because I'm saying, like, as tão lindinha, as tão simples.
Everybody else to come and do this. I'm just being an example of, hey, this is what we can do. You want to do it? Come and join. Like, we want people to be involved and want to be involved. Like, if you're interested in broadcasting or maybe being the person talking behind the mic, like, reach out to me. I'm just trying to do it because nobody else is doing it.
And you were a divine intervention for Nelson. And like I said, that brother loyalty that I feel towards him.
Yeah, I think if you can find a partner, a business partner, or anything that is protective of you, you're in a safe place. And I feel a lot of protection.
Best quote of the night. Best quote of the night. I love that for you.
Thank you.
You have needed protection, not anything bad, but you've needed someone to protect you for once, right? Your husband, of course, naturally, but
that comes with it. Like, that's why I think I feel so much more confident now. I'm in a place where I have my husband that will have my back for anything.
That's right.
And that will go up after me for anything and have my back. And then I have a business partner like Nelson that will have my back for anything, and I know that.
Yes, that's so beautiful.
To feel that genuine and not wonder or think, do they?
Yes.
I don't have to wonder. Yes. My people love and support me, and I don't have to question that at all.
Oh my God, I love that.
And I hope that they don't have to question that from me.
No.
Because if I'm giving you attention and love or anything like that for anybody, it's because I want to.
You want to, you choose to, you make time to, you the thing is like, you don't have 10 arms and you can't reach out, to people, like, and for you, I feel like the instant someone knows you, you'll either know right then and there if you're going to click or not. And I would say 99.9% of the time people click with Sylvia immediately. You can see it. I mean, there may be that 1% out there that are haters. No, I'm just kidding. But
well, I think it's good to have haters. Kind of gives
yeah,
you a little character.
Yeah, exactly.
It humbles you a little bit.
Yeah, exactly. And we all know, we all have them. Hey, listen, our community is...
My dad always said, if people aren't talking about you, you're not doing something right. So when people talk about me,
Yes.
I smile.
Yeah, yeah.
I feel so much success from that.
Yeah, that's beautiful. That's really good insight. Really, really good insight. Because that fuels your peace. That fuels your peace. And you have to live in peace. When you lay your head down at night, you need to feel like, I gave the best of myself today. And tomorrow's a new day. And tomorrow will be better. Tomorrow will be better. And you're a go-getter. You are a...
And so are you, Nancy.
Oh, but you know what? I appreciate that. Thank you so much. But my thing is...
Nancy's working her butt off for PAMA.
Listen.
You guys see it. It's constantly talking about other people and highlighting other people. So
I appreciate that.
It is not just me. We have a cheerleader in Nancy.
We do. You guys do. If you need a hype girl, I am it, and I like you. I'm it. But you know, I feel like it's a beautiful way to end like tonight's episode with a safe place to land. PAMA is a safe place to land. If you're looking for that personal connection, not just like turning stuff in and being like, okay, here you go, like I did my thing. No, it's a family over here.
Totally.
It's totally a family. Like those Tuscaloosa guys, like I don't know them, but I love them. I think they're amazing.
Yes, and they're great.
I'm like, those kids crack me up.
We're really one big family.
It feels that way, and
like things
it's a family. It's a family affair, and we're all rooting for each other, which is so beautiful. And I want to thank you, Sylvia, for coming on tonight. I know that your time is precious. You were an amazing co-host. You're an amazing guest to have because you're simple, you're humble, you're loyal. I'm just kidding.
And you have been such a good friend to me, and I'm so happy that we met through PAMA.
Yeah, and more to come. More to come.
I appreciate all of the good graces you've given me and PAMA and my family and everything. So
I thank you so much.
You have such a good heart, Nancy.
I love you, Sylvia, so much.
I love you too.
And I found a friend and a sisterhood that I didn't have. I didn't have a brother or a sister, but I do now, and I feel a sisterhood and a family, and I feel like you said it best tonight. Feel protected and safe, and it's Friday, so everyone's gonna have an amazing weekend. Do you want to plug anything, Sil, that's happening this weekend?
Well, if you guys want to follow me, you can follow me on the New Friends Pod on Instagram or at New Friends. Anything New Friends, I'm on TikTok and YouTube and Facebook and all that stuff.
Yes.
And then if you want to follow PAMA, at PAMA Media for everything.
Yes.
We do have a live stream, maybe event happening in a couple weeks.
Amazing.
So please stay posted. We're always having fun. We're always doing fun things.
Yes.
If you want to be featured, if you want to be part of the magazine, if you want to help me with the magazine.
Yeah, right. Or a little hint.
I'm looking for a PAMA magazine team.
Let's do it. I'm on it. I'm on it, boss. You know what? Your smile like says it all, and I want to thank you for your vulnerability here tonight on Faith Ignited. You're listening to PAMATALK Radio every hour on the hour. You'll get a new podcast that you can listen to. You can check my replays out Wednesday or Saturday through Wednesday, 2 a.m., 10 a.m., 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Sylvia, yours is on once a month. Check the PAMA YouTube,
my God,
right?
I couldn't even tell you right now.
And your Facebook.
Tuesdays are my premiere days.
Okay, Tuesdays for NewFriendsPod, and she does great. If you liked this style of kind of off the cuff, just kind of roll with it type interviews, you're going to love watching her interviews. So with that,
I would say they're not interviews, mine are conversations.
Yes, I like that better. Conversation doesn't feel so formal, right?
Yes. Exactly.
Doesn't feel so. Well, I think you have
I'm not formal, so.
That's what I'm saying. You're the most simplest person that I know. I'm like, she's so simple, but
Oh my gosh,
you're so beautiful. I love you, and I hope you guys tune in to all things PAMA, you guys. If you're not already subscribed, please, we can't make it any easier. The QR code ready to scan. We make it super easy. If you would like to sponsor PAMA Media and you're out there and you are Mr. Moneybags, Daddy Warbucks, Pi Kumniade, come through. Come through and we will talk sponsorships, right? I love you so. Good night. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.